So hello everybody, welcome to Movie.Cast. This is a podcast where we talk all about films. I'm Mike and I'm joined, I can talk today. Joined by my co-host and good friend Amber.
Hi. I'm back.
So over the weekend, a trailer for Justice League, a teaser trailer.
I don't even know what it was. I think it was just a proof that we're still making it movie trailer.
Yeah, exactly. Just like a proof of production.
Yeah, proof of production.
So, obviously
we don't suck. Like, it doesn't suck like the other movie we did.
Justice League, coming out next year, stars Ben Affleck, Ezra Miller,
Gal Gadot.
Gadot.
Is it Gadot or Gadot?
I don't know.
He doesn't care.
I never heard of her until she was announced as Wonder Woman. For
and Henry Cavill.
Yep. Is Superman in it?
He showed up at the panel for Comic-Con.
Oh, okay.
So they kind of spoiled their own movie spoilers.
Yeah, so
I won't say why, but
I think we
he's
all,
not
I think we all understand.
Yeah.
So
and that guy that plays Cyborg.
Yes.
And Khal Drogo,
yes.
aka what's his face?
I don't know.
The guy that plays Aquaman. I like his face.
Anyway, trailer theater is basically where we watch the trailer, and we're going to react to it. So
here we go.
So here we go. I have it queued up already, and let's play the Justice League teaser.
There is a stranger who comes to this village from the sea. He comes in the winter when people are hungry and brings fish. He comes on the king tide. That was last night. Talk. I believe that an enemy is coming from far away.
These are such bizarre music cues.
Yeah.
This stranger. Others like him. I'm building an alliance to defend us. It's very important that I see this man. Barry Allen. Bruce Wayne.
You said that like it explains why there's a total stranger sitting in the dark in my second favorite chair.
He said he'll fight with us?
More or less.
More or more less?
Probably more or less.
He said no.
He said no.
Okay, that's
Look,
kind
man, I don't know who you are, but whoever you're looking for,
Speed Force. Like, this is cool. I like this part.
So you're fast.
that feels like an oversimplification.
I'm putting together a team. People with special abilities. You see, I believe enemies are coming.
Stop right there. I'm in.
You are? Just like that?
Yeah, I need friends.
Great.
Can I keep this?
This looks different. I like his
Heard
flash.
about you. Didn't think you were real. I'm real when it's useful. Arthur Curry. I hear you can talk to fish.
Okay, I really want to know what exact thought that would be a great line to end the trailer on. So I hear you can talk to fish.
Yeah,
Now let's react to it. What is your initial reaction to this trailer? Obviously, we did watch this trailer before we put this together, but still, what was your initial reaction?
if you some people might not know or didn't read, but like they had a set visit they invited a whole bunch of press. Like
that happened about a few months ago.
Yeah, like a month ago. Yeah. So some of this stuff I heard about. Haven't seen, but I read about because all the journalists I think saw this
this may have been what they
one of the
saw.
things that they've seen.
Yeah.
That whole Flash scene with Bruce Wayne, they described that. I think they were actually on set when they filmed that. But and then they'd seen the
they said like
all those
Ezra
lines.
Miller's Flash kind of brought some humor and all that.
Yeah, all those lines and stuff, they were exactly what he said. So it was nice to see. I did like that whole scene. They could have just shown that scene.
Yeah,
they could have just shown a scene instead of a trailer, because the whole white stripes playing in the background. It does not make any. They're like, hey, we're like a cool. I was like, guys, I don't know what you're doing, but
especially with the way that the movie is shot, the cinematography is all like, dark.
and I get that. Like maybe they're still working on the movie, so the music isn't ready yet. But just like, you know,
you still could have done something else though. I mean,
it kind of was like, we're cool and rocking and we're the Justice League. But I was just like, the tone is all, it's just weird. Like everything is like jokey, funny. Aquaman is like the lone, no pun intended, the lone shark of it all. I mean, and he looks like he's like, I'm gonna drink beer and talk to fish and then walk in the water with a giant wave. And I was like, I get he's supposed to be a badass, but like, because they're trying to prove Aquaman isn't this jokey thing, and that's cool. He still looks like the dude from Game of Thrones. Like, maybe do something a little different with him. Like, maybe have him cut his hair a little bit shorter. Not as, like, it can still be long. Maybe, I don't know. It's just.
Well, I think they're a little bit too late into production for that. So I think we're kind of.
Well, I mean, I like the original look. I don't like that they had shown with the Trident and everything, which we didn't really see anything of. But I don't know. I liked Ezra. Like we were talking before, poor Ezra Miller.
Yeah,
and this isn't like, like he sucks. Like, no,
it's just too bad.
He's got the Flash TV show going for him, and they're combining Barry Allen and Cisco into one. And this is their baby, Cisco Allen baby.
It's almost like when you watch the Quicksilver scene in Age of Ultron versus the Quicksilver scene in X-Men Days of Future Past.
You're
it's
just
like too bad that Grant Gustin came before Ezra Miller, and because exactly just like you said, some of the way he delivered some of his lines, it felt more like Cisco than it did
if you
felt
see
like
the show,
Flash, right? From the show, obviously.
Yeah,
but
it's just very.
I mean, now it was still humorous. I love when he was like, "I'm in," and then Bruce was like.
Really?
Really?
He's like, I like Bruce Wayne's like he smiled. He's like, really? Like, you're the only person.
You're the only one who said yes
It's just
right
me
away.
and Wonder Woman, and that's it.
But then I'll say they then ruin it by him immediately then saying, I need friends. I was like, okay, you could have just
Barry Allen.
You could have just kept. I get it, but you could have just kept it like.
I feel like for him, it's. You know, he's going to have a tough role for people that are fans of the Flash show, like I am and like you are, because I like that Barry. It's very different Barry Allen altogether. Yeah. Instead, a Kid Flash, the guy that even he's on the show too, but he's still going to be Kid Flash instead of like later on to become the Flash. So it's just unless you haven't seen the Flash show, then it's going to be easy. Then you're probably going to really like him. But I feel like he's going to have a really hard time because the Flash is one of the better shows on the CW right now. Their storyline's going really interesting. I don't know how I feel about it. I know I had said, after we had seen Batman versus Superman, at least me and Cass, I know you haven't seen it. You refused. After that, it didn't give me any hope in I don't really care for the Justice League movie. I still kind of don't.
Yeah.
Just because I know they're trying to clean up. They're trying to clean up their mess, so it has a totally different tone. But I was like, this tone doesn't go with everything you've set up, at least through Superman and Batman versus. Even with the Wonder Woman, which we're gonna watch the Wonder Woman trailer. Like even that, it's just like.
Yeah, and
I don't know.
And here's where I'll jump in on my opinion. When I watched this trailer, it was so hard to get a feel for it. Yeah. Because it's so jumpy, and it's like the music cues are wildly different. Like I didn't know what I was supposed to feel. Like, is this am I supposed?
This isn't a Marvel
at
trailer.
Yeah, exactly. At moments it felt dramatic, but then at other moments it was like, no, never mind. We're supposed to be humorous here. But then
it's like, we're gonna be the Justice League.
And this was badly edited too, because like right at the beginning they talk about like, the fisherman or whatever, something about Aquaman.
Yeah.
And then later, then they go away from it, and then they come back. It's like, it's very important for me to find this man. That's kind of dumb to show that clip after you already saw a clip of Aquaman turning around to face Bruce. Like,
I feel like they shouldn't have put that. They should have just kind of.
It's a badly edited trailer.
I
very
don't even know if I
badly
consider
edited
a trailer or like just kind of like a demo.
Okay, and even so,
Yeah.
but even still, there are better ways to do it than this.
Like I said before, they should have just shown that scene with Bruce Wayne and Barry Allen.
I
just
agree,
show that,
actually.
and then if they wanted to, just really, really quick cuts
Right.
of like maybe a little bit of them in there, like
Or
what
sh-
they
or
had,
see
and
a
then
little
just
bit
Justice
of,
League.
like the recruiting a little bit.
I wouldn't even want to see the recruiting. Because that's basically what the half the movie is going to be about. You know what it is.
Right,
But I would have just shown quick cuts of maybe little glimpses of them, each in their different suits of what they look like. Except for like Aquaman doesn't have a suit. I guess he's just shirtless and his trident.
Yeah.
But just do the wave over them. That was a cool
Right.
shot.
That-
And then
yeah,
and then
that's
just
pretty
go
good.
Justice League. Dun dun dun. Not
Yeah.
Jack White, the white stripes. That kind of just I was like, am I watching a Deadpool?
Yeah.
Like what's going on?
Exactly.
It's not that I hated it. It's just
It doesn't get me enthralled.
You're
let's
just
say it
seeing
that
them
way.
covering their asses now,
Exactly. Yeah, and that's what it feels like. It feels like.
and we all know they're covering their asses. Ever
yeah,
since
'cause-
Batman, Superman, they
yeah.
said,
And the reshoots of Suicide Squad, which again, reshoots aren't really that big
no,
of a
that's
deal, but
typical.
it was
But like Ben Affleck now
coincidental.
is an executive producer. We're like,
Right.
no shit. He's probably like, you better make me in charge of this, or I'm not gonna.
And the fact that
you
they've
know?
changed their plans over and over again. And this was initially supposed to be a part 1 and part 2, but
Now
now
it's
they're
just
two separate movies.
because nobody's gonna watch 2 parts of
Right.
this. I'm
So
sorry.
They're basically covering themselves so that if Justice League is a huge failure, they don't have to.
Because nobody's
they
gonna.
don't-
Nobody
yeah.
will definitely see the second one.
Exactly.
Part
So
2.
So I mean, I'm sorry if you're a DC fan. I gotta feel, you gotta feel kind of bad.
We don't
You just
hate it.
want
We're just
good-
their setup with everything is just so off.
Right. And again, we've said it before. This feels like DC's in a sprinting competition with Marvel. There are two athletes lined up right next to each other, and Marvel just shot off to this great start. And DC's
They're following
just
their path.
I'm
I'm gonna take a detour.
Yeah. But then they trip because they're not doing their form, because they're just trying to catch up. So I've used that
they're
analogy
tripping
before,
over their
but it's
own shoes.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a perfect analogy for it. Like, that's what's happening right now, and unfortunately, this is just more of an example. Maybe later trailers come along, because remember, the very first Star Trek Beyond trailer. I mean, when that came out, everybody
Yeah,
was
it
like,
was like,
"Oh, this looks like crap. What
Well,
are
it
they
was the
doing?"
Beastie
And
Boys,
it was,
and they're like,
yeah,
"What?"
Beastie Boys, and
I heard it was a pretty good movie.
and
Yeah.
exactly. So we can't say anything too much yet, but
I
this
mean-
doesn't give me much hope. Thank you for watching this highlight clip from Movie.Cast. If you'd like to listen to our full audio podcast, you can click the link and go to SoundCloud. Or if you'd like to subscribe to our channel, we post new highlight clips every Friday. And if you liked our video, then please help us out. We are a young podcast, so we're trying to gain some traction. If you could help us out by spreading us around, telling your friends, that would be awesome.